Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with the morning's headlines. Good morning, Elizabeth. Happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, good morning to you at home. Before we get to our local news of the day, we do want to talk a little bit more about the Sandy Hook memorials that have been happening. You know, a community comes together to mourn the death of Emily Parker. If you recall, she's one of the 20 children killed in the Sandy Hook tragedy. Emily and her family were living in Rio Rancho up until earlier this year when they moved out of the state. Now, her memorial was held in Utah last night, her home state. Her dad said a few words last night at the memorial.
A lot of you never even met her. And to see your love be expressed in that way for us was so meaningful. And we were so comforted.
Well, Mr. Parker says that the outpouring support is like getting a big hug from everyone. Emily's funeral is scheduled for tomorrow in Utah. You know, there have been a number of school shooting threats in New Mexico since the Sandy Hook tragedy, but one was serious enough that now has the FBI involved. Authorities say 20-year-old Paulo Noco Peral admitted to posting threats online about killing bullies at Gallup High School, where he attended 2 years ago. They say he even asked for help on the best assault rifle to use. Officers found weapons in his bedroom, including a bow and arrow, they say, throwing knives, and a BB assault-styled rifle. He is now facing federal charges. A student at Volcano Vista High School has been suspended for threatening to shoot up the school. APS didn't find any immediate threat with this one, but the student is now undergoing counseling and has been taken to a local hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. All right, in other news this morning, if you are going to be flying this holiday season, you may want to listen up. You may want to hold off on wrapping those gifts, especially if you plan to take a plane. That's just one piece of advice that the airport has for you to help you get through the airport faster and to avoid any problems, really, and headaches. If TSA officials need to take a look at the items you have, like gifts, the last thing you want is for them to tear off the paper that you work so hard to wrap those gifts with. Now, if you're not sure about what or not you can take on board with you, the TSA has set up a question and answer table outside the screening area, and we're told that TSA has added a family lane for people with special medical needs or people who are traveling with children to get through those checkpoints a little bit quicker. We now know when New Mexico Speaker of the House, Ben Lujan, will be laid to rest. Public visitation will be held Thursday at the State Capitol Rotunda and next Friday at the Ben Lujan Gym. The Mass will be next Saturday, the 29th, at the Basilica Cathedral of St. Francis in Santa Fe. Mr. Lujan died from complications of lung cancer on Tuesday night. He was 77 years old. By the way, flags around the state will be flown at half-staff to honor the speaker starting this Saturday, which is tomorrow, and that's going to be happening for about a week. That wraps it up for your Friday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Matt and Nikki, I'm going to send it back to you. Have a wonderful Friday and great weekend.
Thanks, Elizabeth. You look fabulous in those glasses. Exceptionally academic.
My eyes needed a little break.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like that look.
All right.
All right. Have a happy Christmas. Merry Christmas, Elizabeth.
Thank you. You too.
Yes.